All right.
Yeah, interesting.
So we had some additions to the agenda, so that's all good. And we don't have any citizens joining us. Where's Jim? Good golly. But if some citizens jump in, we'll certainly make time for them with any questions or comments they have. Do we right now, as a board, as a committee, I beg your pardon, approve our meeting minutes from our August meeting?
So moved.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
Excellent.
And thank you, Ben.
Oh,
Yes.
there's Jim.
There's Jim.
Hey, Jim.
All right.
Now we can start. Got some information, very important information from, hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Welcome. And I'm going to really be bold. I'm going to try and share a screen here. So cross your fingers, everyone. All right. Is that working, Ben? Can you see that? Matt Sharp's info. All right. So really good news from Efficiency Vermont that the previously, up until recently, homeowners could get 75% of the cost of weatherization, and there was a cap on that of $2,000. Or for moderate to low income folks, that cap was $5,000. Those amounts have been raised from $2,000 to $4,000 as the cap, and for moderate to low income folks from $5,000 to $9,500. So this is an awesome case of there now being more money out there for folks to engage in weatherization projects in their homes. So folks who are interested should certainly go to the Efficiency Vermont website and get the particulars on that. And Matt also shared this with us, the energy code, which I'll confess I don't fully understand, but maybe my smarter colleagues here can help me out with that. Towns that issue permits are required to provide energy code information to permit recipients. So I guess someone who's going to build? Yes.
Building standards.
Okay.
Efficiency standards.
Okay.
Building.
And so towns that issue certificate of occupancies are required to obtain an energy code certificate from the permit holder prior to issuing the CO. That'd be good for the energy committee efforts. It would be good for the energy committee efforts on the scorecard to know if the town of Bristol is doing this and find ways to support them in doing so. Do they need materials to hand out? And here are resources. This it seems like an important thing. I gotta say, in all honesty, it's usually the four of us who are, and John and Ben, who are, showing up for meetings and engaging in stuff. And it seems like a worthy thing, but I gotta say, I think we're also right now pretty full in terms of plates.
I think we are full, but I also think that we should figure out what we need to do. Is it talking to zoning at all because they do something with energy codes and buildings, or is it just directly the town? So I feel like I would be willing to find out about that.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's something that's been on kind of my plate or my mind for a while, and this is just a reminder. We need to do something like that. If it's the same thing I was thinking about.
And so maybe this link here is the entry point for you, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it yet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll look at that. Yeah, maybe the certificate of occupancy is different than the residential building codes, but somehow they've got to be related to efficiency and whether the building is efficient and all that kind of stuff. So,
I think so. Okay.
I find some research needs to be done.
yeah, I definitely think so. So,
Yeah.
And that was on Matt's thing. So, let me look into it. Yeah.
I have hard copies of the agenda if folks need, along with what we're seeing up there.
Yeah, I'll take one of these.
Yeah, absolutely.
That might be a question for Chris Purley too. Start with zoning.
Absolutely. I think that's it right there. And
Because-
we've talked about having him here so we can really dig into it and say, how can we do it? And I know I just haven't done that yet, and so that's what we need to do, yeah.
Great.
I'll try to see if we can get him on the next month's meeting if possible.
Great, thank you.
Great.
All right, anything else on that, on item number 3 on the agenda? Okay. Let's see if I can share the agenda. No. I'm sure I could, but I won't do that right now. All right.
I'll look at it on my screen.
Richard, update on the EV chargers.
There's no update on the chargers. We did submit the pre-application. I'm working on it also for my church in South Burlington, and have been meeting with providers, and they met with one today. And they tell me that they are not seeing any action right now, but we should be, the window should be opening because we're getting to that 4 to 6 weeks that they said it would take. From what I understand, Green Mountain Power was swamped with applications, so we'll have to see. A little bit brighter news is regarding the MERP application. That was approved for all 3 of our buildings for level 2 assessment. So now we're simply waiting for the Addison County Regional Planning folks to contact me, and then we'll find out what the next steps are. But we're approved to go ahead, and I think that pretty much assures that we're going to, we're going to get funding for these buildings, and we'll have to decide, particularly the select board, on how much they want to weight each building. It'll probably be after we have the assessments, and these are the full assessments with blower door and everything else, and also conversations about what are the possibilities, and we'll have to weigh off. $500,000 is not a lot of money when you start looking at big building retrofits, so we may decide to concentrate on some aspects of the library and some of Holly Hall. Those are definitely the priorities. The big energy users. When I did the research and submitted the monthly energy, electrical and fuel use, clearly Holly Hall and the library are big ones. And probably lost in the woods a little bit is the fact that not only is the goal to reduce energy and draw down the carbon, but really concentrate on the carbon contact by trying to get off of fossil fuels completely.
Yeah.
I don't know how feasible that is for us, but we'll have to see. So that's where we are right now.
All right. Thank you for your
Thanks.
work on that. It's been great.
Yeah, I'm really thrilled. These things always kind of freak you out when you enter data and you provide justifications, and you wonder, how are they going to read this? But they must have had a weak moment.
No,
I
not
doubt that
Bowman.
very much.
No.
Yeah, no, well done. Thanks so much for that.
Yeah.
And it would just kind of going back to the EV charges, I want to make sure it's not, we're not in a hopeless, it's not going to happen position. We're just in a holding pattern.
Oh,
right
holding
now.
pattern.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Good enough.
One of the things that's happened is technology has advanced, and Tesla has come out now with what they're calling a North American standard, and all of the automakers are accepting it. And so
people are not gonna have to use adapters to get into, particularly Tesla, charging stations. So that's gonna be a big deal.
That's great.
And make it much more, much easier. My daughter has a Leaf, Nissan Leaf, I think a year and a half, maybe 2 years old, and she has had trouble on the road finding out online that, yes, at Crossgate Mall in Albany, there is a charger waiting for you, and going up and finding, oh, her thing doesn't fit, you know,
Wow.
or it's broken. Apparently, recently a government official, one of the secretaries, I can't remember which one, took a road trip with an electric department vehicle and had all kinds of trouble because things didn't work.
Wow.
So we're still in the, you know, early stages.
So once it became personal for a politician, then.
That'll happen.
Then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're certainly going to specify the new setup.
Great.
Great, very nice. Actually work on that.
It's good it took us this long to do it. We needed to wait until this switch over.
Right, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, of course, anything is, you can change anything. I mean, one of the things I've learned is that most of the systems can adapt to different
Okay.
parts of it, you know, so.
okay. All right. Allison, window dressers?
Yeah, so Sally and I tried vigorously to get some people here in town or in our area, and we just couldn't make it work. So we have one person who's getting some rewraps. Someone from Bristol's getting some rewraps that got damaged, so.
So
Yeah, and
people
those will be
weren't-
done in Charlotte. So.
People weren't interested now, or?
No, we had appointments set up with a couple people, and it just, they canceled on, so then we just had a hard time getting it back done, so.
Jeez.
I think the other thing was, the list of people we had were left over from last year. And we don't really know how strongly those people wanted them, or what the deal was, why they were still on the list, if
Right.
they weren't really interested. We just got a list of people that we thought were all like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've been waiting, but I don't think that was the case.
No, I think they were just kind of, I think we should just
Yeah, I think that's like,
Okay.
it's a start fresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we couldn't recruit more really, because,
We're
the
kind of,
agreement was just whatever ones those names are, you can try for those, but if not,
yeah,
we weren't, recruiting new people this year,
Okay, got it.
because we were just jumping on to Charlotte.
so it'll be interesting to see what happens next year, if that group in Millbury does it again or whatever, but
Yeah.
I'll keep you guys informed, obviously.
Okay.
But the season starts next week. First build in Vermont is Norwich and Arlington. They start next Thursday, so exciting times.
Great.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
24 builds in Vermont this year,
Wow, wow,
3 new ones, so,
that's great.
yeah.
And just 3 years ago, it was like one or three of us. It was
Yeah.
Glover
Glover,
area, and
yeah.
then and then now it's just like ballooned.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's good. So I think last year we built more inserts in Vermont than they did in Maine.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, I think we will again this year too.
Nice.
it's great.
So when you say start fresh, what would be, give or take the approximate date of starting fresh, like, the next go round?
I think next, like, March.
Okay.
March-ish, if the people in Middlebury are gonna, I think the original agreement was that, or the discussions that were had was that with Maggie and the folks in Middlebury, that maybe we would alternate or something, but
Yeah, I'm not sure.
that hasn't come to fruition. We'd have to find some people here who would be willing to, form a leadership team, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah, okay.
And I would love to do it, but I wouldn't be able to do it and do what I do, you know what I'm saying? I would need more time.
Yeah.
But it's like I would say for parts of the year, it's, it's like a quarter time job.
Yeah.
It's a big job.
It's a big
Yeah.
job, huge
Yeah.
job.
And I think, most people that do it are older people, or people who, people that work for, there's an entity called Sustainable Woodstock, and the woman that runs it that's her, she does that as part of her job,
Yeah,
so she's getting paid to do it.
yeah, yeah. Mm,
So unless you have a setup like that.
Yeah.
It's just, your free time
Yeah.
that you do it. So.
I wonder if such a person could be funded somehow regionally.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't
In
know
like
what,
Addison County,
Addison County.
that would be
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, an Addison County energy coordinator person or something.
Yeah, somebody to.
It could
set
take on
those up.
projects like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can help.
You've got some spare time to do that, Richard, yeah?
Yeah.
No, I'm now on the regional planning commission, on the energy committee and the energy committee, and I'll bring that to the energy committee,
Yeah.
see what we can do.
Thanks. When do you sleep, man?
Oh, God, I don't sleep very well, I'll tell you.
Jeez.
Um,
Sally? Susan?
no, I was just gonna ask Richard about something, but sorry, he's writing.
No, it's okay, go ahead.
With the Addison County Regional Planning Commission, Maddie has been the energy coordinator.
Right.
Is she still, or is this new person taking her place?
Now, Maddie's been on a kind of extended vacation
Okay,
in Europe,
Okay.
and so she comes back on the 22nd.
okay,
And Darren was actually a wildlife person and was going to be the AmeriCorps person. And with Maddie being away for an extended period of time and a whole lot more work coming to the commission, because a lot of it because of the MERP business, they've got, there's something like, I could look it up, at $500,000 or more already in their bank account waiting to be
Wow.
dispensed.
Yeah.
And so anyway, Adam called Darren up and said, would you mind maybe having a full-time job and more pay? This is what Darren told me.
yeah,
And he's, oh, okay, sure. And so he's kind of pitch hitting for right now.
okay,
And then Maddie will be back.
all right,
Yeah, we miss her.
Yeah.
And Darren's great.
Great.
Very interesting young guy.
great.
All right, item the 6th, fall weatherization workshop and Veep posters for Harvest Festival.
Okay. I didn't print one out, but you've seen these? The Veep
Yeah.
things? So I think I'll get there are two of them, and I'll get some of them printed out so that we can have them available. Also, I registered us with Button Up for the workshop that is, I forget when it is, but in October.
Yeah, I think I wrote it down. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I don't have it in front of me.
One of their Wednesday workshops?
No, this is, when is it, Sally, do you know?
I don't have anything written down in October. Oh, Veep.
Yeah.
It's 28th it's a Saturday, the 28th of October.
Yep.
That's the.
Howden Hall.
Howden Hall, it's reserved.
It's 9 to 1.
Yeah, the 9 to 10 is the setup, right? And then 12 to
10 to
1
12
is the
yeah,
takedown, so
right.
it's
Okay.
actually 10 to 12.
Okay, yeah, I'll write that.
So we'll put that information on the posters and put them up, I guess, during the Harvest Festival, so we can begin to kind of pre-advertise that.
Sorry.
Yes.
What's that date again?
Could we put it on Front Porch Forum?
Yeah, sure.
October 28th.
Want me to do that?
It's a
Sure.
Saturday.
Got it.
Or maybe I'll do a
10 to
couple, a
12.
few of them, like
Yeah, I
maybe do
think
one every week.
Save the date, and then.
But we'll be working 9 to
Yeah.
1.
Right. All right.
And they also, I think, sent some narrative.
Yeah, they sent some stuff that I
Yeah.
forwarded over to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks for your work on the poster.
That's easy.
Be good to talk that up on Saturday.
Yeah, I guess we could use these as well.
Sure.
Bumps the bear.
With it, yeah.
Now, are we gonna do any specific, did you get some of the button-up stuff? Are we gonna have that at the table on the
Did I
harvest?
get button-up stuff? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, the hats, yeah, yeah.
What are we gonna do with these?
And Richard knitted every single one of
Yeah,
those
every
himself.
piece. If I knitted them, you wouldn't believe what I would. So we've got these, which I think are gonna be helpful
Yeah, definitely.
to hand out. You know, what I found is if you stand out and step in front of people and hand them something, you can engage them in conversation, but if we stay behind the table,
Yeah.
they just go zipping by, so.
Thank you.
I always like to have handouts.
Yeah.
And we've got stickers, button-up stickers.
Oh,
Nice. And that, maybe we just sticker people as they walk by. And then we've got some of the bigger posters. So we've got a bunch of stuff we can put up on the tent.
Excellent.
Don't hibernate, button up, and then we can tell people about the deep
Yeah.
weatherization workshop. And also, probably we want to print out, I don't think it's in here, but the Wednesday,
Yeah, and I was thinking too, what I could do is I could also put that on the front porch forum,
yeah,
because that would be, I mean, they're gonna do 2 topics only, right? They're gonna do, heat pumps and then like weatherization 101.
101.
And they're gonna do them each twice, one on a Wednesday at noon and one in the evening.
Yeah,
So I could do that.
sounds great.
That's great.
And if you make just a cheat sheet that we can have at the table, that would probably be good too.
Oh, for the weatherization Wednesdays?
Yes,
Yeah, I can just do up a little quick
it might even be on the
PowerPoint or something.
button-up
Yeah,
website.
yeah.
Yeah, if it's on.
Yeah, I'll just
Print it out.
cut it and put it, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk more about the Harvest Festival, I think, later on, right?
Yeah.
Tennyson? Great.
Yes. Okay, anything else for the fall weatherization workshop?
No, I think as we get closer, we'll find out what they'd like us to do in
Yeah, that's great.
preparation, so next
I
meeting.
think the only thing she asked for was maybe a rough idea of how many people, but I don't know how we're gonna get that.
Yeah, the way we've done that in the past is to give something out, a free something, if they sign up to come to the thing. And that's, Harvest Fest will be the day to do that. It's pretty soon.
I've got a whole
Or we
lot.
could just have a list and see if we can get people to sign up.
See if they're interested and get their name and email address.
I've got probably at least 20 LED shop lights left that we could
Really?
give away.
Wow.
Wow.
So we could say, sign up now and you'll get a shop light.
Right, if you come,
Can you bring one of
come.
those to the booth on Saturday?
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
that's great.
Do you want me to bring a clipboard with like a little sign-up sheet?
Yep. First 20 people to sign up, get a shop light as long as they stay the whole time.
Yeah.
We give them out.
We hand them out at the end.
I have some friends who have like really precocious like kids that are into like science stuff, and I was gonna get them to bring their kid, because this is something
cool.
that's like family.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
So I was gonna try to get them to bring their kid. I can
Yeah.
think of 3 adults that I
Great.
know who have a kid like that,
Great.
that
Yeah,
might
that's great.
be into it.
Excellent. Yeah, and if we think of anything else, well, that'll get people excited.
I used to have an electronic Tesla issued lighter, you know, the kind that you push the button and it goes zzz.
Really?
Yeah. Not a good advertisement, it died very quickly, but, you know, we could also say, and one lucky person will receive a Tesla.
Yeah, no, I love it. Yeah,
Like-
perfect. Yeah, and walk away with a Tesla.
Yeah.
Light.
There's a very good article in the Atlantic magazine this week, the electronic version regarding the impact of Tesla on the electric EV industry, and it's a really good read, and it really also deals with what the labor market is going to have to deal with
Mhm.
as we move to EVs with far fewer parts.
Yeah,
And
Well, that whole strike.
the whole strike
No, that's a huge part of it.
it really is. They're not going to have work to do. And it's going to be quite a change.
Yeah.
I feel for them.
yeah.
All right.
We
Anything
could
else?
build bicycles and bicycle lanes
And
and all kinds of
and
things.
install heat pumps.
Yeah, there's lots to do
Yeah.
to make the changes.
There was something on, I don't know where it was, I can't remember. I don't know who it was, they were interviewing somebody and they said, what are the jobs of the future, given the transformation that we're gonna have to green energy? And someone said, become an electrician.
Yes.
Yes,
Exactly.
That's gonna be huge.
yeah,
Yep.
I mean, you can make a lot of money being an electrician, and we're gonna need so many more electricians.
Absolutely. Yep.
Maddie's boyfriend is an electrician in Switzerland,
oh, yeah,
in ski country.
Oh,
And she said he works half a year and has so much business
yeah,
and waiting lists. And then he skis and hikes the rest of the year.
yeah,
that's a great life.
Yeah,
yeah.
Nice.
things are going to change.
Yep. All right, anything else for the fall weatherization workshop?
Nope.
All right, yeah, talking up at the Harvest Festival is a good idea. Number 7, electrical vehicle demo with Green Mountain Power.
Yeah, that's me. But just back to the Veep, I was just thinking, I wonder if putting a poster in schools would be good.
Mhm.
To have kids
Mhm.
and parents see the poster. I don't know.
I've not had good luck with that.
Okay,
There are some restrictions against it. Like
okay,
some time ago, I wanted to put information to be distributed to the teachers and they wouldn't.
okay, yeah.
They wouldn't really accept
yeah,
solicitation.
okay.
But a poster, I wonder.
Well, I think Front Porch Forum will get to parents and kids, so maybe stick with that. And some parents might recognize the Veep as something that has been a
It's been in
kids
schools,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a real energy thing for kids.
Yeah.
Okay, we can move on. Sorry, I just thought about that.
No, definitely worth looking at.
So EVs, EV demos, I haven't heard back, and I have a feeling it's getting too late in the season to plan it maybe for this, but I said, well, maybe in the spring. Spring would be a good time to have one too, so
April.
let's focus on that instead.
Sure.
What do you think? Because, we've usually tried to do it like October 1st, but that's kind of close to,
Yeah.
Harvest Fest and everything.
Yep, that's good. Pursuing geothermal at Bristol Elementary. I've been playing phone tag, we just cannot connect Floyd Davison and I, but I'm gonna be persistent and hopefully catch him on the phone, set up a time for he and Matt Sharp and myself to meet, to look at the elementary school. Number one, go in the top story and push up some ceiling tiles and see what's, on the, insulating the roof, if anything, and kind of scope out the backyard as a potential geothermal trenching possibility.
Yeah.
As soon as I have something, I'll let you know.
Great.
Harvest Festival, which is the day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. So, I guess Sally, you and I are gonna set up.
Yeah, that sounds
Okay.
good.
What time do you
So,
want to be at your house?
I'd say by 9 to load up and bring stuff over and.
And we're at Site 8.
Yep.
All right, so Sally and I will set up. And,
I can be there till noon.
I can be there from 1 to 2:30,
Oh, great.
That's great, we needed midday.
because I have to do food shelf early and late, so.
Our food shelf or a different one?
I have a heart.
I know.
All right, so Allison, I'm sorry.
1 to 2:30.
2:30, awesome. And Richard from 10 till noon.
Yeah, I wish I could stay longer. But it's like every Saturday has multiple stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. We get ready for winter. So
I can be there, the beginning and the end, because
Okay.
I'll be, so the first like 9 to 10:30 or 11, kind of crossover with Richard a bit, and then come in later at some point, and then, pack up.
Right.
Are you available on the opposite end for pack up, or someone else with a car, or what's?
Yeah, I can do
Okay,
the packet.
okay, so
Yeah.
great. So do we have,
So I'll do, 12 till, wait, how late does it go?
4.
Till 4. Got it. Okay. I'll do a 2 to 4 and tear down.
Ben, do you want to work the Harvest Festival?
Pays really, really well.
Oh, it's really,
Yeah, I was there last year for a little bit with Mike, and I think Sally was there too. Sally was there like the whole day.
yeah, we crossed over.
Yeah.
What is, Richard, when did you say you're gonna be there?
I'll be there from, 9:30 or whatever till noon.
So the time we don't have anyone is 12 to 1. Right?
Right.
Yeah, I could do that if that helps. I can do 12 to 1.
That would help a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
And maybe cross over a half an hour or 15 minutes so you get to talk to people about what's going on and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Jim, do you want to take a stint?
No,
I'll bet you'd be good at it. You know everything that goes on in this town.
I'll visit.
Okay,
Great.
that's good.
awesome.
Alright. It's helpful for me to run through those times one more time, or do we have them?
We can say them again.
Okay. So, Sally and I are gonna set up, from 9 till 10. Sally's gonna cover from 9 to 10:30. Allison's gonna cover from 1 to 2:30. Richard's gonna cover from 9:30 to 12. I'm doing 2 till 4. Ben's covering from 12 to 1. And
And-
Sally and I'll do tear down.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And we'll have materials that we'll pin up and set up. Do you have the banner, Sally?
Yes, I do.
Good.
All right.
The fugitive banner.
Banner.
Is
Yeah.
there a map of where they're all gonna be, or are we generally in the same area we were in last year? I know you said Site 8, Carl, but I just don't know where that is.
I think it's the same spot.
Same spot? Okay.
Or next to that spot.
It's also
without
not
the
that big, so.
No, but it's good to know. It gets
Yeah.
crowded, especially at noon.
True.
Okay, so I'll bring one of the shop lights.
Great,
Nice.
And,
great.
I don't think, is that close to electricity? I can't remember.
Where is our site?
It's near where we were last year. I think it's the next one right, so it's in
I
the
don't think
corner
I was
that's
there
close
last year.
Okay.
It's along
which-
North Street.
So,
Yeah, North and Park Street, right near that
Oh.
corner,
okay.
along North Street, yeah,
Oh, okay.
but close to
It
Park
probably
Street,
isn't.
Good enough.
yeah.
Okay, so
I don't think there is,
we won't try to light it.
right. Okay, the other thing is, wasn't there something we were gonna do to bring people in, like, ask them
Oh.
to,
Were we gonna do like a whiteboard and have
Yeah.
people like ask, like, put in questions like,
I think,
just so that we could engage people?
yeah, a simple question like, hey, what's been the most helpful thing you've done to save energy or save energy costs? And they say it, and because it's something they've done, and give them a place to write it down, and then other people can look at what everyone has done. But do we have a board? Does anyone have
Like an easel.
an easel or, yeah?
Right.
I can probably steal one.
I was gonna say, they must have an easel here, we could maybe.
Well, Bristol Rec has them, but they might be using them for like
Yeah,
Harvest
they're
Fest
doing-
and that kind
Yeah,
of thing.
Okay, I'll see if I can pick one up tomorrow.
Are you gonna steal from a church, Richard?
Yes, I am.
No, he's gonna borrow, he's not gonna steal.
Borrow without
I
permission.
like stealing.
I might be able to look in the basement of St. Ambrose too, they might have one.
So you're into it too, taking from the church.
Borrow.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is a corrupt group, Jesus.
Yeah, no, big deal, it's for me just to.
Ben, you don't steal from houses of worship, do you?
We're not
Uh,
stealing, we're borrowing.
I try to avoid that at all times.
Yeah, I think it's either they can tell us and we can write something down, or we can say, yeah, oh, write that down on the thing, you know, and just to help them like feel engaged. And
Most
then
people might
they'll-
read it and think of something and then write their thing down. It's like kind
exactly.
of feeds into itself. It's almost like a way for us to not have to, it's like a low hanging fruit for people to kind of bring themselves in. And then you can start
Yes.
talking to them, and it's kind of that. yeah.
Yes.
And we
exactly.
could put a couple of ideas up there too.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
We'll put our own
Right.
things up
put our
there.
own things up there too.
Run a cord to your neighbor's house.
Yeah, right.
The first apartment my wife and I had when I first started teaching, the people, it was a complex, and the people next door had run a cord over to our box through the overhead.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Plug
People
in.
are, resourceful.
Yeah.
You
very
didn't come up with
resourceful.
That's
that
worse
idea.
than stealing from a church.
Yes, it is.
Only by a slim margin. Okay, great. Thanks, folks. That'll be fun.
Yeah,
Number 10.
Number 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were telling us we were gonna leave. I'm like, oh no, there's one more. But you were going there. I was like,
so I think
you're wrapping it up.
these are the posters that I got, Sally.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll give,
I will give you money to.
no, it's okay, don't worry about it. There's one in Kimball's now in their window. so
Okay,
You don't
great.
have to do that. Then I thought I'd do Bank of Middlebury.
Okay, great.
Um,
And I'll do the I'll stop at the left-hand side of the road, you know, and go around
Okay,
and,
and I'll get some more printed up.
that's great. Cause,
So this is a 350 Vermont project, and what they're working on this year primarily is this whole notion of a truly green and just electricity, which right now is not the case. There's the impression that's being created that Vermont electricity is green, partly because we're getting it from Hydro-Quebec, which is not green. And in fact, as we increase our demand, they are maxed out, and so they're using fossil fuel power plants to provide that demand. And they're also talking about getting a nuclear power plant licensed. This year, with the renewable energy standard coming before the legislature, we've got to be really careful about Hydro-Quebec, so-called renewable natural gas, biofuels, all of which, and biomass, forest products, all of which have serious downsides in
Yeah.
terms of actual carbon
yeah,
reduction.
methane, all kinds of things.
So 350 Vermont is having a session at the UU Church in Middlebury, in which these issues are going to be laid out and discussed.
Can I see the question?
And the strategy session, it'll be a strategy session for beginning to mobilize people to ask the questions.
Can I probably just for a moment?
Yeah.
For Ben and Jim, the poster that Richard is providing to us is, can I do this? Let's see. I can look at that.
You're good?
Is that.
Perfect. Thank you.
So if we just go to 350 Vermont website, we'll find this information?
Yep.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, sure.
I'll send it out to our crew. We probably ought to also say something we discovered at the beginning of the meeting, maybe before everybody was on. Big surprise to me. Allison, do you want
You can.
to, Mike Corey, our long-term
Okay.
energy member, passed away
Wow,
in August unexpectedly.
wow,
And
Oh my God.
wow, that is big.
so
Oh,
some good thoughts for Mike's family.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
wow. Whew.
All right, my friends, anything else to cover?
I don't. We always have email, but
Yeah.
True.
yeah.
I just wanted to add that another thing about this Vermont, Empower Vermont gathering about the electricity, many of the other states in New England don't call Hydro-Quebec
Right.
renewable, because they know it's not renewable.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's kind of, you know, Vermont's been calling it renewable, but, you know, just to make it sound good, but it's really not so good.
Yeah, one of the energy subcommittee members of the planning commission last Monday was raising the issue that the native people, First Nation people, receive no compensation
Yeah,
for the inundation of their land.
yeah, it gets
No,
totally flooded,
You're displaced.
and it
Yeah.
ruins their whole fisheries,
Mhm.
and it ruins their home, their lands. It's crazy.
Yeah, they have to swim down to their home,
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't work so well.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, then.
Okay,
So thanks for facilitating.
You're welcome.
this is crisp and
Yeah.
sweet.
Thanks. Yeah, I'd like to move things along.
Yeah.
I'll still keep you time. Ben and Jim, thanks for joining us.
thank you.
Good to see you.
Likewise, we'll see everybody on Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Saturday,
great.
this
Yeah,
this
it's gonna be
Saturday.
fun.